Hello and welcome back to ERS Racing League. Here today, we are at Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. They have welcome back to the ERS League Racing here. But as we're coming up, as the drivers coming out to the out laps here in the time qualifying stages, we have a very good race. We thank you for tuning in tonight live with us. Just a big shout out to the ERS racing crew, big shout out to the drivers. And if you want to find out more information about ERS, come to www.ersracingleague.com. So as you can see now, some of the drivers are coming out now and they're out on their out laps. So, you know, as we look at the race board here, P1 at the moment, it's up. Coming in P2 at the moment is Imadai. P3 is Grad. P4 is ML Drift King, a superb driver there. Been wanting to make his presence felt again tonight here in Jeddah. For P5 it's G-Max. P6 is DRS Gosselin. And then P7 is Lars, P8 Jim Boss, P9 Jack the Racer, and P10 finishing up the top 10 here is Shui. And coming in at P11 is ERS Racing, he's currently still in the pits, followed by P12 it's Gwyn. P13 is Steven, P14 is Crazy Max, and P15 still in the pits, it's Demas. P16 is Robin, P17 is Kevin Cast, representing the Red Bull today, and P18 is Crazy, who's another very dangerous driver too. He had a superb race yesterday. Coming in at P19 it's Froggy and Taras. I always get this guy's name wrong, so if he wins today I'm probably going to get a growling from him. But anyway guys, coming back up to the top now is Oxmeat is still number 1 here, as he's almost coming into the chicane here, and then back onto the straight before he goes around the bend. Okay, Carol, now we'll go into the cockpit with him. As you can see now, not doing too bad here. 14:52 seconds left here. 14 minutes 52 seconds left here in the time qualifiers. And the drivers will be wanting to push now, get their cars into the good setting modes. Oh, he just wiped out there. Dear me. Lucky it didn't hit the wall. Oh, dear me. You won't be disappointed with that one. Hit that apex a bit too hard there with the accelerator. I think his back tyres just gave way. But as he carries on, well, it looks like ML Drift King has just got the fastest lap again at 1 minute 29.086 seconds. Well done, son. Well done. And our Jim Boss is currently into P2 now. Just like 0.2 milliseconds off the leader Drift King's time. But yes, Drift King is also another very good driver. I've hanged out with him a couple of times and got to know him. He likes to relax when he's driving. He's also usually his teammate JL's usually with him, also stays in the same place, so they both drive together. Drift King, yes, very good boy to get to know and just to have a good conversation with him. But as we move now in P2 at the moment, it's Lars in the Haas car. Very confident driver, this boy Lars. Watched him a couple of times at a couple of other races. He likes to put on the pace, and he also likes to stealth around from the pretty much on the outside of the front driver of him. He likes taking the outside on the corners too, more than he does on the inside. So he'll be another good driver to watch out for. As we move down into P3, it's G-Max for F1 now. Also in the Haas car behind his teammate Lars. So these guys are just trying to pump out. Oh, excuse me. These guys are just pumping out to get their fastest laps in here in the qualifiers. Then we're coming up to 12 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the qualifying stages. Not too bad of a night here in Saudi Arabia and Jeddah on the track. Looks like nice and dry. Oh, I think someone just gave away again on the track there. See the Haas now coming in on the last straight here. Can he get a good time? No, he's heading off into the pits. But as we look at Stinbos here, they're one of the top man too. This group of cars now comes into 5th position. As the top 4 drivers are all currently in the pits. And Glenbevan currently at P5 at the moment, coming out into sector 2 here. 45 seconds so far. We're putting on the pace. Representing the Red Bull car here. So he's just taking it nice and easy here. Ooh. Might have needed to ease up on the accelerator coming back in that last turn hairpin. But as he comes up to the last hairpin now onto the straight to the finish line, will he have enough to push himself to get up a bit more? He's coming at 1 minute 25 at the moment. Oh, and he's into the pits. Not too bad a drive. And as we look at Stephen now, he's coming into the pits now. And it's Robin here. 10 minutes 42 left here in the qualifying stages. There's Robin Hudsman, just putting on his pace as well. He's coming up to this last corner here. Let's see if we have a look. This is the fastest lap so far, and it's ML Drift King so far, still holding pole position as we come up to 10 minutes now left remaining here in the qualifying stages here in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. It's ML Drift King at 1 minute 29.086 seconds, the fastest man on the track so far, followed by the Haas driver last, coming in at 1 minute 29.094 seconds, and then it's in P3 we have G-Max coming in at 1 minute 29.182 seconds, and coming in at P4 it's Jinboss at 1 minute 29.188 seconds so far. As you can see now, last G-Max and Jinboss are coming out on the outlaps again, and Steven's coming back out onto his outlap again. As we come down into P13 and have a look at Hughie Pierce, representing McLaren today. Not too bad of a drive. I've seen this guy drive now. He's currently done 4 laps. His fastest lap time is on 1 minute 30.631 seconds at this present time. He'll be wanting to push a bit more. He's still got plenty of time. 8 minutes and 43 seconds so left here in the time qualifying stages here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Wherever you may be, if you've just joined us, we welcome you. We hope you've had a blessed evening, blessed morning. And we hope you enjoy our live coverage here today at ERS League Racing. Find out more about us, come to www.ersracingleague.com. and you'll find out a lot of information about what we're about and how we roll. A big shout out to our FIA team, Stu Boss, Chris Griffin and Ruby, EOS Ruby. Also a big shout out to the American Gaming Group and their president, King Knuckles. And also a big shout out to all the drivers that are here today to put on a superb race. And it looks like Froggy now has come in and become the fastest man on the track at 1 minute 28.945 seconds. Well done, son, Froggy. Well done. So he takes over ML Drift King pole position now, which pushes Drift King into second position, into P2, and it looks like Steven's out of the race. Dear me, dear me. It looks like Steven now is out of the qualifying stages. Dear me.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go, my man. We see now coming in at P17 is Grady. Currently his fastest laps are 1 minute 31.965 seconds. And then followed by him in P18, it's Ospec coming in at 1 minute 52.209 seconds. So he'll be wanting to push now because we're coming up into 6 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the qualifying stages. So all drivers now will be wanting to come back out on the track, trying to get their fastest laps in for the qualifying stages. As we come into P19, it's ERS Gosselin, still currently in the pits, and same for ERS Racing as well, coming out now on his outlap. Currently at the back of the pack, but he'll be wanting to push now and try to get a good fast time. But now we've got a new current fastest man on the track now from the Haas team. It's G-Max coming in at 1 minute 28.757 seconds now. So he's the fastest man on the track now. So that pushes him into pole position, followed by Froggy, who's coming in at P2. And at P3 it's Kevin Cast, who we all know is a very dangerous driver. Very solid and very superb. Likes to toy with his drivers who are in front of them before he overtakes them. So it'll be exciting to watch this man in this race as well. And it's coming out from the P3 position. We're heading into P4 now, and it's ML Drift King. He'll be wanting to that pole position back. So he's out on his outlap as we've just got 5 more minutes to go here in the time qualifiers. As we come out to P5 now and have a look at Lars. Another superb driver. So he'll be pushing with his teammate Kevin Cast today. So they'll be in the Haas team outfit. These two drivers, Kevin and Lars. Let's see if how their game plans work tonight in tonight's race. As we come outside of them, Stu Boss is pitted, Jack the Racer is pitted, Gwenweaven has pitted, but he's currently standing at 1 minute 29.294 seconds, holding P8. As we come up to Robin now, putting the pace on as much as he can, as we are coming up to almost just under 4 minutes left here in the time qualifying stages. The drivers will probably be sorting out with their team principals and their pit crews the last bit of strategies before heading back out to get another good fast lap as we're almost coming up to the end of the qualifying stages. As we go into the cockpit with Robin now. This turn here is very dangerous too, because a lot of drivers will probably hit the wall coming into this bit of a chicane here. Another tricky one. As drivers into the straight here will try and overtake as much as they can before coming into this corner. Let's see how he takes it. Hey, not too bad. Oh, nicely done. See, just put the accelerator down at the right moments on the apex coming out of those corners, just to keep the pace on. As he's coming in almost at the end of sector 3. It's going. Will he beat his last time? Yes, he does. So that puts him into 3rd position now on Mr. Robin. Coming in at 1 minute 28.988 seconds. Well done, son. That gives you P3 at the moment with 2 minutes 30 seconds left here in the qualifying stages. But still number one in pole position, it's a G-Max. Coming in at 1 minute 28.757 seconds. Well done, son. Well done. Been the fastest man on the track. And it looks like Kevin Cast is about to come back out on the track to see if he can onto his outlap before he can try and fit in a fast lap to see if he can move up the table, get himself pole position, P2 or P3 position. So as we look, Kevin Cast now just in his cockpit before we head off to another driver. You can see now he's just warming up his tyres, warming up the engine, feeling those corners before he takes them on at faster pace. As we look at Haas now, we're coming in at 1 minute 29.094 seconds. Currently standing at P6 here. So him and Kevin will be looking to do some damage to the Haas team drivers. Will it be a fairy tale ending? Will the Haas become P1 and P2 positions? And it looks like Froggy must have done something. He must be out for the time qualifier. G-Max is still currently our current leader at 1 minute 28.757 seconds. Last now putting on the pace. Coming in still in sector 3, but 1 minute 20 so far. Can he beat his pace? And he does it. So that puts Lars into third position now. So he's got a 1 minute 28.882 or a 1 minute 28.822 seconds. And as we come to the end of the time qualifiers now, Green Cars now has got the fastest lap at 1 minute 28.662 and puts his G-Max in the qualifying stages to P2. So it looks like it's going to be a Haas, P2 and P3, and Team Red Bull in P1 with the fastest lap here on the track here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. So Green Cars is coming at 1 minute 28.662 seconds, the fastest man so far on the track. So well done, son. Well done for being the fastest man on the track. As we wait now for the time to finish up before we head off into the big one. And if you've just joined us, we welcome you to our live. We hope you're enjoying our live coverage today. This will be an exciting race, a lot of good drivers. We're just seeing a few upsets in this time qualifier. So it'll be good to see the comebacks from every driver that's here in Jeddah today in our race. But we welcome you, and it won't be long till we'll be heading out to Lights Out here in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. So as the time qualifying stages come to an end, practice is over now. It's time to get ready for the big dance here in Jeddah. So you can see now, Green Cars with the Red Bull team comes in at 1 minute 28.662 seconds. G-Max for Haas team coming in at 1 minute 28.757 seconds. At last with the Haas team 2 coming in at 1 minute 28.821 seconds. And Froggy at 4th with the AlphaTauri coming at 1 minute 28.944. And then 5th position, it's ML Drift King with the Williams Racing team tonight, coming in at 1 minute 28.954 seconds. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to head on down to trackside for lights out here in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. As we wait now, as time counts down for the big dance. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you who are all watching from around the world, we welcome you here to ERS Racing League. And we hope you enjoy this exciting race that is about to start as we're waiting for players as they're getting their last minute talks from their team captains and their pit crew. Just the last bit of pieces for their cars before they come out onto the track. This is going to be exciting. And also, on this track, coming up to the first corner in the chicane is very, very dangerous. A lot of drivers will probably have to slow down, take their time there as they try to push for pole position. But also got to remember to stay clean because that corner is very dangerous. As we come up now for the formation lap for the drivers to get their vehicles all into warm stages, get them stretched out, get their engines warm, get their tyres stretched out and warmed up for the formation lap. But as we can see now, in pole position, there's Gwyneth Cars coming in at P2, G Max from Haas. Coming in at P3 is last from the Haas team as well. So it's a dream come true for the Haas team, coming in at P2 and P3 as we move down to the AlphaTauri. Driver Froggy coming in at P4, and at P5 is ML Drift King representing the Williams Racing driving team tonight. So he'll be wanting to put on the pace, and people that know this driver also should be wary of him. And as we move down to P6, it's Dimas from the Alfa Romeo outfit. As we come into P7, Robin there, also the Alfa Romeo outfit. So 6 and 7 is Alfa Romeo team here. Apologise for mistake there. Coming into P8 is Taras representing the Alpine team. We're just outside of him. It's Kevin Cast from the Red Bull team, so he'll be wanting to put the pressure on. Coming in at P9 and at P10, holding it up is Grad with the McLaren team. Jim Boss coming in at P12, and the Aston Martin are behind him. Jack the Racer too, also with the Aston Martin. So it looks like Steven is being disqualified. And here we go. Smith is coming in at P14, and at P15 is Amadai, who's also another driver to watch out for. He likes to pounce on the drivers in front of him on the straight and also on the inside, taking the corners. And coming in at P16, it's Crazy R. And it's Hudapiss here.
www.ERSRacingLeague.com.
And also coming in at P18 is DRS Gosselin. At P19 we've got Crazy Max. And at the back of the pack it's ERS Racing. Coming at 2 foot. And it looks like one of the boys there just spun out and hit the wall. Dear me, dear me. But as we come now, full lights out.
Rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
But as we get ready here in Jeddah, full lights out. It's about to go. Full of 5 lights. And it's lights out here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia as the drivers are off. As we take a look, And it's still a grid of cars coming in first position with the Red Bull, but behind him is Lars in the Haas team. Coming in at P2. Behind him is DMX. And P3. Just take a look from the camera here. And Froggy back in the 4th position here as they come around the first corners. And putting on the pace now. Emma Drift King still holding off in 5th position there. And P6 is Kevin Cast. So far so good with the drivers now. Just got a steady pace on. But I think in lap 1 here we might have... Yes we do. Yes we do.
Rolling on the floor laughing. Rolling on the floor laughing. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Dear me, dear me. Dramas were already on the first lap. Dear me, dear me. So now as the safety car comes out, the drivers will be pushing up to catch up behind them. So we're going to be, looks like we're going to be doing a restart again. Dear me. So this will give the chance for drivers to catch up again. But it's still Team Red Bull holding the lead off here as they are approaching the safety car. Dear me. So it looks like a few drivers are heading off into the pits straight away now. So that puts Lars into P6, G-Max into P7, Emma Drift King into P11 now. As you can see, most of the drivers from 10th to 20th position now are all colouring in the pits. Dear me, what a start. So now Budapest is just coming back out now. He's currently at the back in P18 now. P9 is Robin and P20 is Crazier. As we move up the pack a bit now, look at Crazy Max. As I am just about to... Ooh, some different times here now.
That word in Lange Savity car.
Damn. But alright, as we get back to it. As the driver's catching up to the safety car now. Won't be too long till the safety car's back in the pits and we're gone on the way with racing again. But we welcome you here to ERS Racing League for today's race. We hope you've enjoyed your day or your night wherever you may be. But welcome. Hope you enjoyed the coverage with me commentating. Here's your host tonight. You see now coming down, the drivers are now all catching up, waiting for the safety car to go back into the pits. But a few changes on the board now, but as Kevin Carr still holding the lead here, followed by Froggy in P2, Kevin Cast in P3, Sten Boss in P4, P5 is Jack the Racer, P6 is ERS Racing, P7 Last, P8 Taras, P9 Grad, P10 ML Drift King, all the way back at 10th after having a bit of some context at the back on the first lap there was caused a lot of most of the drivers out on the paddock to go into the pits. So now drivers now just keeping a nice steady pace on behind the safety car. Once it goes in, and then we'll be back at pace again.
Jeddah all tick plastic.
See now drivers now just waiting for the car to go back in so they can start racing and start overtaking. Some drivers there are probably getting itchy feet now, just waiting to pounce. But yes, a lot of dramas on the first lap there, which cost a lot of the drivers to go into the pits on the first lap. As we go into the cockpit of green cars, so you can see now still keeping his tyres warm and trying to defend off his position as well at the same time. He's still holding off quite nicely. It looks like we're going to be underway, just waiting for the green flag now. Safety's car is returned into the pit, so we should be getting back into it now. Oh no! Oh no! And that was Taras. It just spun out and hit the wall too, so that takes into the back of the pack. Oh, who was disappointed with that one? But here we go now. As you can see, Froggy ready to pounce, and I just think I see Irish Racing. Yes, he did. And now he's come up into P2 now, and he's done a real good job. Oh, just cut across the track. He might get a time penalty for, yes, he got a 3-second time penalty for cutting the track. That could ping him at the end, but he just has to put on the good pace now and just put his head down and just concentrate. But this is a good effort from ERS Racing in P2 now. You can see the determination on his driving now. Just going to get there. He just wants it. You can see Froggy behind him now, still trying to put the pressure on ERS. So it looks like we're going to have a good match up here in the podium positions. As we come outside them, just real quick look, it's Kevin Cast now still putting the pressure on the Red Bull car. Just behind Froggy by a millisecond, but still pushing on him. There's his team boss now with Aston Martin. He's saying hello and watch out for me because I'm going to be coming for your 4th and 3rd position. So watch out. As you can see, he's putting on the pace behind Kevin now. Oh, that was nice. I thought he was going to pounce on him there, but I think he's ready to. He's just ready for the right time to do it. Just keeping the pace slightly back so he can make a good move to speed up onto him. Probably going to try and take him on the inside of the corner. But if he can eventually get him on the inside, he might have to just like hold his line a bit. And Gwen Carter's just got the fastest lap. Well done, son. Well done. 1 minute 33. Well done. So Green Car is still current leader and currently the fastest man on the track. Well done. You see now Kevin Cast is trying to push his man on the Alfa Ferrari with Froggy, letting him know he's there. But Froggy's also putting the we're too wide and out. And Kevin Cast has hit a bit of a wall, I think, too. Trying to take on the inside. But it looks like Lars has been pushed back into 6th position now. Oh no, the AlphaTauri's gone! Oh, Froggy! No! I think there may have been a bit of contact. I'm not too sure, but he may have spun out too on the corner and hit the wall. Dear me, Crazy Max. Oh, Crazy Max did not finish. Dear me. Well, this race is always, these races are exciting. You never know what's going to happen. But now you can see Kevin Cast is pushed into P2. Stoomboss is pushed into P3. And it's racing now. No! There's contact there. Oh no! It's racing into the wall. dear me, there was contact with him. Oh no! Oh no! Look, another spin out just in front of him too. Dear me, that puts ERS Racing back into 14th position now. Oh, he'll be wanting to go into the pit to get his wing fixed. Oh, dear me, dear me. So that pushes ERS Racing League out to 17th position. Taras is just coming out of the pits and they'll push him to 17th. There's a current leader that's being pushed back into 17th position now. Dear me, dear me. It's all on here, folks. As we come back to our current leader now, it's going to cars now. Currently, it's all the fastest man on the track. As we've got ML Drift King now, who's pushed up from the back into the P2 now. So he'll be wanting to pounce on him as well and try to get their pole position. But here, we're up to into the 6th lap so far, and there's already been dramas. A couple of guys that are out of the race. And now, we come down to the Haas driver last, trying to put the pressure on now. Onto Drift King. He's just letting him know, I'm here, buddy, and I'm going to pounce on you anytime. And I'm going to take your position over, and I'm going to try and win the race. But behind him is Gratu. That's also, as we can see now, in the McLaren car. And Armour died at the back with the Ferrari there, with the Mercedes and Aston Martin. Oh, I think there was a little bit of contact there with the Aston Martin and the Mercedes car. But just slightly, not too much. But now the Mercedes driver's coming in. It's Steve. Steve trying to turn him to the inside of him. Oh, there was a bit of contact there too on the Ferrari. And there's the Martin car just behind the Mercedes car too, followed by the Alfa Romeo. So DL's just at the back in P8, followed by Jack Racer in P7, and then P6 is Steven here with the Mercedes. So we're trying to push the pressure on, then trying to get into their top 5. Dear me. And he goes through the pits now with the McLaren. Not doing too bad, coming in holding at P9. He's come out to Stimbus holding the top 10 with the Aston Martin car. Well done, son. Oh, Steven just got bunted from the back. I think there's contact on him. Dear me. That was uncalled for, that one. Wow. So that brings Crazy out to P10 now. And that brings Steven to P11, but he's putting on the pace. But behind him is also trying to catch him, as you can see now on the camera now. Oh, he hit the wall. Jack the Racer just hit the wall, but he's in P12. We're trying to put the pace on to catch up to Steven and P11. Dear me. Dear me. As you can see now, Jack the Racer now just pushing his way up. He's got him.
It's good.
But the Mercedes driver's still holding it. So these two are fighting for P11 and P12 at the moment. But looks like Jinboss will take P11 as Jack the Racer comes into the pits. Oh no, they both go into the pits. So it gives enough time for the Haas driver here and Alfa Romeo pushing it now. So Robin and Taras and Jack the Racer pushes back into 15th, but Taras and Robin are currently 13th and 14th position now. Looks like ERS Racing's got time penalties, so is Opt. Currently both back at the pack. And Froggy there, who had a superb race so far, but just might have got contact and spun out into the wall. He's coming up in P17 position now. As we come down now to look at Taras from the Alpine team. Not doing too comfortably now. Still trying to push now because we're in the 8th lap here. And he's currently on highs, or 4 laps done on his high tyres. It looks like Steven is out too. He did not finish, so that's the end of his race for tonight. So we've got 2 races that are out now, which is Crazy Max and Steven. They'll be disappointed so far. Dear me, dear me. But as we come now and have a look in P11, it is G-Max Not doing too comfortably now, but wanting to push the pace on now and try and get back up into pole position. But in front of him, and then also defending off Stenbos, currently in P10. He knows that G-Max is behind him, so he's just probably going to toy with him a little bit. But as you see G-Max now go for the overtake, and does overtake him. So that pushes Stenbos from the Aston Martin team back into P11 and pushing G-Max into P10. But as we come back down into P9 to look at DRS Gosling. He'll be wanting to push now and trying to get into that top 5. Excuse me, I apologise for that. He'll be wanting to get into the top 5 again. And as we see Crazy now, the Williams Racing outfit, just putting his head down and pushing now in P8. And it's UGPS coming in at P7 with the McLaren car. He'll be wanting to fight his way up and move forward into the top 5. And here we go with P6. It's the Alfa Romeo man, doing his best as much as he can, trying to catch up to the P5 position and then get in and overtake him. As we come now, Amadai, another successful driver here with the Ferrari outfit today, putting the pressure down now. He knows he can see Grant and Lars. He's probably thinking of a game plan of how he's gonna move, because he's got to be careful, because Grant and Lars are very good defenders. So is Drift King. So he's got a bit of a fight on his hands if he wants to go into podium position. But here we are in the 10th lap now as we look at Grant. Still currently in P4, but looking at Lars, probably figuring what a good time is. G-Max gets the fastest lap now. Well done, son. Well done. As we come and look at Lars in P3 now, he knows that Grant's behind him, keeping an eye on, but at the same time, he's got an eye forward on Drift King. He's probably trying to figure out how he's going to maneuver on him, because he knows that Drift King's quite a good driver, and not only that, he's a really good defender, so that's going to be a bit of a tricky one for him coming in the next 15 laps left here for it. But as we come and look at Drift King now, still putting the pressure on Gwyneth Cars. He knows he's there, but he's just really trying to figure out what's a good time to pounce on him, or will he wait for Gwyneth Cars to go to the pit and carry on as much as he can. We'll find out soon enough here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. And if you're just joined our live, we welcome you wherever you may be. We hope you've had a good night, a good morning, good evening, or a good morning. But we welcome you here. We hope you enjoy the live coverage from ERS League Racing here today with me as your host, ERS also Korg, also formerly known as Benji as well. I hope you enjoy it. It's a bit of a tough job, this one. Still currently learning, but I'm trying to do the best as I can. I'm not a good reader. I'll just let you guys know that. I'm a bit of a failing reader. Just went to school to eat my lunch and play sports, but we won't talk about that. But anyway, back to the race as we look at our current leader now. Greenweaving Cars still putting on the pace lap by lap, as we can see RS Racing up down at the bottom there, at the back of the pack in P17 and P18 with time penalties. But current leader's not doing too bad. No one's come up to challenge him yet, but they probably will be as we're on the 11th lap. As we come down now to P2, it's ML Drift King now, just holding a steady pace at the moment, but knows he's got Lars at the back of him that's going to probably be ready to pounce at any moment now. Still about a car length away behind Drift King Lars is, but he's going to try and do what he can and get it going. So we see now Lars now going on the outside. Ooh, as we go into the cockpit with him and see now. So you can see how close he is now, just waiting for the right chance to pounce. He's got to go take him on the inside. He might do it actually. He's still holding, still got it. He's got there. He just needs to hold this turn now, coming into the chicane here. And now he just needs to put the pedal to the middle now. Yes, he's done it. So that brings Lars into P2 now. And ML Drift King pushes him back into P3. But Drift King's leading last. No, I'm here, buddy, and I'm going to come back and I'm fighting for my position. You better move out of my way, son, because I'm the faster car. So you better watch out. Here we are from the 12th lap now, as those two battle out for P2 and P3 positions as we go into P4 now. And it's DLM now from the Alfa Romeo team, just putting his head down and going for it, trying to catch up to Drift King and Lars so he can join in the battle there for P3 and P2 position. But as we come down to P5, Stuart McLaren still trying to fight his way up and catch up to the boys. He's also got a time penalty on him too. He's been on his hards for 10 laps now. So here we go, folks, as we come into P6. It's crazier. He's doing that. He's doing it. He's trying to push his way. And he's on mediums. Also got done 10 laps on them. So he'll be wanting to change his tyres probably within maybe lap 15 or lap 16. But he's holding on a good pace here, and he'll be just wanting to push. So we come to the back end, P7 now. It's DRS. It looks like ML Drift King has just been put back into third, P3 again, as they're having a good competition in P2 and P3. As we come outside P7 and look at P8, it's Grant now at the back, now being pushed back to 8. Darius Gosselin is pushing his way up now. It looks like Grant is pushing him out. Drift King has just got another penalty, which could cost them in the end. As we come outside now, it's Amadai holding off in P8. DLM in P9 now and putting the pressure on and trying. P10 now, it's G-Max. He's come back into P10 and still trying to push his way up. P11 is Simbos. And there's the Martin, who'll be wanting to go and put the pace on more now. Taras coming in there, 12. And also having not too bad a race. Kevin Cass has got a 3-second penalty. That could cost them at the end. Jack the Racer now coming in at P13 and putting the pressure on as Kevin Cass is behind him, coming in at P14. P15, AlphaTauri driver Froggy also trying to put the pressure on. P16 is Robin. P17 is Optic. Excuse me. So currently we've lost 3 drivers who did not finish. And we'll go back to the current leader, who's still our current leader at the moment. Still holding off the pace on everybody else. We see now Lars now trying to catch up to him. So these guys now, as you can see, they've been on their tyres 13 laps. As Gwen's been on his tyres for 13 laps. Lars has been on his tyres for 12 laps. And ML Drift King has been on his tyres for 12 laps as well. All on mediums, except for who Pierce is on hards. And he's coming up on his 12th, coming up to his 13th lap on them. So now we're on lap 14 now, guys. Gratch has just got another 3-second, and DML's got a 3-second penalty. Dear me, must have been contact or cutting track. You see now on the left hand side of the screen, if you're currently watching, we've got a lot of time penalties now, which is very interesting because it could hurt a lot of, if some of them get into podium position, it could hurt them with these time penalties. So ML Drift King's got a time penalty, so he'll be wanting to put on the pace each lap, and also at the same time trying to keep P3 position and try and push into P2 or into P1. But looks like our current leader now has come into the pits, so will these other cars get time to pounce and take over? Yes, Lars, that brings Lars into P1, and Drift King into P2. And here we go now. Has he got time to get out before Hudapest will take P3? But I think Gwyneth Carr should be fine and enough time. Just got out of the pits, so he'll be taking P3. But now he's got the freshest tyres now, and it's down. Got 1 minute 31. Fastest man on the track so far now. As we'll have a look at the fastest laps there. As You see down, that's got 1 minute 31.579 seconds. So he's the fastest man on the paddock so far, and still coming in at P7. But at the moment, Lars and Drift King are trying to battle out here. But I think Lars has got a good, comfortable lead so far. But the next question is, will he pit, and will Drift King pit to give Gwen of Cars back the lead? We're about to find out as we're watching him here, but he has got a good, comfortable lead. It looks like he's way out in front of Drift King. But it looks like Lars is about to catch up to the Alfa Romeo driver, and this will probably be a blue flag. No, so here we go. This will give a good chance now. So Lars will come in. That takes green, and Drift King will come in. So yes, my forward prediction was right. So green cars had the right move. So this will take him back into pole position. Now, this is the next part. We watch Grand Budapest take second and third. Lars is coming back into P4, followed by Amadai coming in at P5. ML Drift King pushes back into P8. Damn me, Cameron Cass is pushing his way in. So now, still got the current leader back in pole position again, followed by Grant and Budapest. So both McLaren drivers are now in P2 and P3 position, and probably want to put on a bit of a fight here now to hold it. But they got to remember that Lars is another good driver, and he loves the attacking, so he'll be attacking the drivers. So it looks like Budapest and Gray will probably have to put on some good defense, because we all know that Lars loves to attack his drivers. As we come into P5 now, it's Amadai. Excuse me. It's Amadai and DLM fighting it now for 5th and 6th positions. And at the same time, they're also catching up on Lars as well. So it's going to be interesting now. Very interesting here. As we come and look now at the Alfa Romeo car now, just trying to push now. Amadad takes 5th position and still trying to push on up into Lars. And as we can see now, the ML was just turned. Budapest just got a 3-second penalty for cutting corners. Alfa Romeo now just trying to go on the outside. Good defending from Amadai as well. Wow, good work from both drivers here, putting the fight on. It's like cat and mouse stuff. As we come out to P7 now, Jim Boss are putting it on, and it looks like Budapest must have wiped out, because that puts him back into P6 now. No, P7 now, because Jim Boss is just on fire with his Aston Martin. I think there might be a problem with his car. He's gone a bit slower, but it's Jim Boss now putting the pressure on. Let's put his foot down. And the P5, it's DLM. He's putting his metal to the pedal now, trying to catch up to Amadai, but Amadai is saying, no way, son, you ain't catching me today. Here on the 17th lap. And Lars now coming in at P3. He'll be happy about this. Gradually making his way up in his grad for the McLaren. Currently in at P2, and it's Gwyneth Carr still currently the leader, and with the fastest lap too at 1 minute 31.084 seconds. The fastest man on the track so far here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. And if you're just tuned in, we welcome you to our live coverage racing here from Saudi Arabia in Jeddah. Dear me, a lot of dramas in this race so far, but it's been a superb one as the race is now coming up into the 18th lap. Dear me, dear me. It looks like Taras is coming to the pits. Last is P3. Feel like Armadillo coming in P4, but trying to still put the keep away from the Alfa Romeo man right here. DLM putting on a good fight though. Well done to him. You can see now about Drift King. They're currently at P6 now, and he'll be wanting to push his way back into pole position. He's got enough time, there's enough laps to do it, so he'll be wanting to put the pressure on him. So he's Sten Boss now, currently in P7, doing the best he can now, trying to get into that top 5. And Crazy R currently at P8, doing a comfortable drive so far. Just putting his head... Oh! He spun out! No! Crazy R spun out on the corner there and hit the wall, so that takes it back into P10. Now P11 now is DRS. Overtakes him in Alpha Tari car. Dear me. He was having such a superb race, Crazy R. Just lost it on the corner and hits the wall. Oh, no, son. Dear me, he's going into the pits. Yes. Get in there, son. And his team won't be happy with that. Dear me. As we carry on now, Herdpass has come back into P12 now. He'll be disappointed. Also got a time penalty. Coming in at P11 is Taras. Currently done 3 laps on his new mediums. So he'll be wanting to put the pressure on now and try and get his way up into the top 10. And followed by him. In front of him is Jack the Racer in P10. Looks like G-Max just got another time penalty put on him. And DRS areas Gosling now. Putting on the pace with the Alpha Ferrari car. Coming in at P9 at the moment. It looks like G-Max here, who was in pole position, had a taste of it. Is currently back in P8 with a time penalty. Sten Boss now coming in at P7, still trying to put the pace on now to catch up to DML Drift King, who is currently putting the heat on DML now with Alfa Romeo. He's going to overtake him. He does too, with ease. The Drift King now still pushing his way in, and it looks like Grad's in the pit stop. So that takes Drift King into P5, Gwen into P4. Almost into P3, but he's getting challenged from Amadai now. Well done, these guys are battling out hard here. And as we take a look, these are currently the last, still holding it off. Amadai still holding. DLS now putting the pressure on Amadai, trying to get in front of him. Hasn't got enough speed or enough power to do it. Maybe just waiting to get into a good position or a good straight to try and challenge again. Here for P3 and P2, but it's Amadai that's putting on the pressure on DML. Oh, here we go. This could be it. But there's Jeddah. Oh, he almost had him. Almost had him. But now there we go. Amadai putting on the pace again. Waves in the Ferrari and the crowd goes wild here in Jeddah. What superb racing. That was superb. You thought DML was going to overtake it, but no, Amadai just keep holding on the pace and said, no son, I'm faster than you, watch this. It looks like oh, look at the Red Bull coming on the outside. He's going to get him on the last turn here. It's going to be all on now as we're watching on the Alfa Romeo car. It's Red Bull, it's Armour Green cars going, taking second P2. And that pushes Amadai into P3. Here we go in the chicane now. This could be very dangerous here. As the driver trying to hold it clean and put the pace on, but it's, green little cars and P2 just putting on the pace. You can see as we're in the Alfa Romeo car in the cockpit watching the Red Bull car just go fly by. It's like, here I am, mate. See you later. Try and catch me. And there's Amadai now as well with his cockpit, as he just seen. Grid of cars with the fastest lap at 1 minute 31.084 seconds. Well done, son. But don't forget you got a time penalty, so that could cost you, but I don't think it will. But we'll see at the end of the race if he gets pole position or holds his P2 position. What a race we've had so far. But let's go to the back now, so you can see now these two are still battling it. Look at the defense, look at the defense. The Armadai is holding out from Diamin. Diamin is starting to get frustrated now. He's tried everything he can within this lap to try and pass him, but it's not working. So Armadai Lang is probably now one of the best defenders that I've seen so far, holding off P3 and keeping DLM out in P4. So what a race as we come now to the last corner here before we head up into the straight. Here coming up into 22 laps now. He's putting on the pace. Oh, I think he might do it. He needs to put it on. No, he just spun on a little bit on the turn there. That could have cost him a little bit. But as we come back into P5 now and have a look at ML Drift King, who's right behind them as well and is ready to pounce. He must know it's almost coming to the crunch stages of the laps now. As we've only got a couple more laps left here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. As we come out to P6 now, what's Grant that's trying to push his way up to catch up to them, as you can see in this cockpit screen here. As they just turn the corner, as he's coming up behind them, so he'll be wanting to push now. With G-Max now in P7 now, be wanting to really push hard. He's got a time penalty as well on him, so has in P8 position. It's Jim Boss. Done 9 laps so far on his mediums. Current fastest lap is a 1 minute 32.819 seconds, so he'll be wanting to push now as we're coming into the last laps here in Jeddah. In the P9 is DRS, still trying to catch up to Stimboss, who's a P8, so he'll be wanting to put the pressure on now, and his fastest laps are 1 minute 33.759 seconds on the mediums with 8 laps done on them. As we come into the top 10 now, to the pace now, as you can see, he's trying to push up into DRS now. He sees him in the sights. Will he push up even faster now and try and overtake him? We're about to find out. As you can see now, Udapest is getting closer and closer to him. He's putting on the pace alright. Let's go, buddy. He's going to do it. He's putting him right there behind him on the corner now as they come into the straight. Coming in now, we're in the 23rd lap now. And the pressure is on. I think Udapest is going to do it. Yes, he's got him. He's got him. He overtook him. What ease. That pushes him into 9th position now. Puts DRS into 10th position. Well done, son. Keep the pressure on now. You might be able to do it again. I'll catch up to Stubos and take that P8 position too. As we're almost down into the last 2 laps. Here on the 23rd lap. Not too long to go till this race is over. So it's time for crunch time, folks. If you've just joined us, it's going to be an interesting finish here for all the races now, because it's time to put the pace on now. We're trying to get in, they're trying to try all move up into, get into maybe 2, maybe 1 position higher than they already are now. It's time to do it in the laps now, as we're in the 23rd lap. But it'll all count on the last lap. Will we see some upsets? Will we see some spin-outs? Will we see some contacts here within our last couple of final laps here in Saudi Arabia and Jeddah? But as we come down and look at Jack the Racer now, who's putting on the pace now. He's going to try and take over the Alfa Romeo car, and he does with ease. And just in front of him, he knows he can see the sights now on DRS in their top 10. So he'll be wanting to get points for this race too and try and get in there. It looks like ML Drift King got another penalty for speeding in the lane, speeding in the pit lane, which is no good. He should know better and slow down. Excuse me, folks, for that one. I apologise. As you can see, my voice is just getting out there because I'm enjoying this race too much, and I'm trying to bring the excitement and make you feel the vibe that I'm feeling at the moment too with this race. As we come down to P11 now, it's Taras trying to put the pressure on Jack to also get into their top 10 here, as we're in almost the final 2 laps, and there, so yes, we are. It's lap 24 now. So now the pressure will be on all the drivers now. As we come down and look at ML Drift King, who's currently now being pushed back into P12, and also been wanting to put the pressure on coming out of the pits now. With Kevin Cass currently at P13. Is also putting the pressure on, and behind him It's Froggy at P14 and Crazy out at P15 now, coming out of the pits now. Coming at P16, it's Robin, then follows the last man at P17, it's Optin Smith, who also has had a bad race today, but we're wanting to put the pressure on now as we're into the final lap, ladies and gentlemen, here in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. It's going to be all on now. As you can see, last is currently our leader now, followed by Gwen, who's still trying to put the pace on and catch him. Can he put the big upset on him? He needs to catch up fast, and Dioman's got another time warning, so this could cost these drivers in the end with these time penalties, but they have to put the pressure on now. I think Gwen is just waiting for the perfect position time to get last, but so far it's last in pole position here. As we're almost at the end of this fantastic, beautiful race so far. And if you've just joined, you're about to witness a very good finish here. Very dramaful driving today. But it's been superb efforts from every single driver on the paddock today, even with the 3 that did not finish. The team principals and pit crews have a superb effort. Well done to them. But as you can see, I think it's going to be last, but this could be it here as we come into the last turn. And I think it's going to be a Team Haas victory here. But as we wait, because there were time penalties here, so the results have come in, and so far it's last who's won the race. And P1, P2 goes to Greenwheel Cars, and P3 goes to Grad. P4, DML has a superb, wonderful race here. He'll be a bit disappointed, but that was a superb effort by him by finishing in P4. Excuse me. G-Max. He'll be wanting, he'll be a bit disappointed, but should be comfortable finishing at P5 there. And Almadai coming in at P6, Jimbo's coming at P7, DRS coming at P8, P9, Jack the Racer, P10, Unibus, P11 is Froggy, P12 is Kevin Cast, ML Drift King coming in at P13. Not a surprising isn't from him. He'll be a bit disappointed, but he'll be wanting to get back on track in the next race. And the P14 is crazier. And there you have it. Can we please have the top 5 drivers into a game chat,
Just
please?
one safety car.
Yes.
Camera Bulgent Kevita.
Yes, my man, yes. But can we please have the top 5 drivers for a quick interview, please? We'll wait for the bro to start up a chat. Well, 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 what a race, what a race, what a race. Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen that, there was a bit of a crazy race there, because I've seen a lot of drivers who haven't, like, at pace, but the only downfall was when they were coming into some aspects of corners and hitting the apex. I think they were just putting a little bit too much accelerator on, causing them just enough just to spin out. What's your thoughts? Yes, yes. Yes. But yeah. Yes. Also a lot of time penalties too from just like little mistakes, little problem things. What's your thoughts on the time penalties with the drivers at the moment? Yes. Yeah. Yes, because yeah, because usually in Jeddah that first chicane is the dangerous one because a lot of drivers like try to take it at pace, but they forget that other drivers are at pace too, trying to take that corner. So it sort of puts them off on their racing line and then getting into a good position to actually take the turn. So I've seen a lot of drivers actually like stay back for a little bit and let the other ones like go for it and crash and then just pounce and then go on after that. But yes, I understand what you mean by that first corner in Jeddah. It's a very tough one to handle. Yeah, hard. Yeah, nah, that's cool, man. But anyway, congratulations and what a superb race. Thank you for your race, and it was good to see you race today. Too. Do you have any shout outs you want to do to anybody before we end your interview? That's a good man. We said the top five could join anyway, so no problem, no problem. Nah, you're welcome, man, and thank you too. We'll see you on the next race too. And as we come down to grid of cars, are you there, buddy? Hey, hello, my buddy. Unlucky, my guy, but congratulations for making a good effort in the race and being the fastest man on the track, by the way. But coming in at P2, what's your thoughts? Tell us how you feel, my man. Mm. Oh, dear me. So it's like one of the superb races I've seen you race so far. Like you were taking corners with ease. You had a little bit of mistakes on some corners. Like I've seen you almost drift out a little bit, spin out a little bit, but you did really well there to hold it. But what's your thoughts on the time penalties of the other drivers, especially coming into that first corner in Jeddah? What's your thoughts on that one? Yeah. Yes. All right, man. Do you have any shout outs you would like to say to anybody before we do your interview? Not really? No, that's cool, man. Well, congratulations, man. You go celebrate your P2 victory with your team. We'll see you on the next race, and been a superb watching your race tonight, my man. Thank you so much. And now we go to the podium winner, Lars.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hey!
Hello,
Yeah! Hey, buddy!
mate.
Hey, man, congratulations, bro. How do you feel? Like, walk us through, walk
Yeah,
us through, walk us through, man. Tell us how you feel, man.
I'm a bit sweaty right now. But, I've been sweating a lot, I can say. But yeah, with the first safety car, when I pitted, and I
Yeah,
saw that the cars wasn't pitting, I knew it. Yeah,
yeah.
it could have been a win, you know. So yeah, that's what I did. And at the end, it was just trying not to get a penalty and trying not to, yeah, lose the rear end because the tires were not that
Oh,
great for me. But
all
yeah,
I can say is a superb effort, though. Like, you did a good comeback from where you were. And it was just like, you went into the pits, you were behind again. and then you just put the pressure on, as I know you do, because I know you love to attack drivers.
Yeah,
So
I do.
like that's why I was saying like all along was like everyone's got to watch out for Lars because everyone knows who does drive with him. He's a good attacker, but not only that, he loves to defend as well. But I know that you are more of attacking drivers, so you just picked up the pace, you put that aggression on, and just gave it to all. But congratulations, man! Like, well done.
Yes, thanks. Thank you.
Well done, and I'm sure your team principal will be happy that you got on podium.
Yeah, I think I would be very happy. Yeah.
Yes. But anyway, man, you got any shout outs to do before we wrap it up?
Well, obviously to my very great teammate Jarmo. Unfortunately, he was punted off during the race, but
Yes.
yeah, still a great effort getting P5, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Top man. But anyway, bro, you go out and celebrate. You go and shower up, have a couple of beers and a couple of wines. Celebrate your P1.
Beers on this, yeah.
Yeah, man. And I'll probably chat with you. I'll probably chat with you on Discord and have a beer with you on Discord anyway.
Yeah, we will.
But anyway, my man, thank you so much for coming in. There you guys have it, folks. Our top drivers for today and their thoughts and the interviews on them. But we thank you so much for joining our live coverage here in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah. Until next time, we'll see you guys on the next one. But if you guys want to find out more information about us, come to ERS or www.ersracingleague.com and you'll find everything you need about our superb racing. But anyway, this is ERS Also Cork signing out for tonight's race. We hope you've enjoyed it. Stay blessed, stay safe wherever you may be, and God bless you all. Much love from the ERS Racing crew, and thank you to all the drivers that participated tonight as we come to an end. If you like what you see of our content here, please give it a bit of a like and a bit of a subscribe, and we'll see you guys next on the next race. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in, and goodbye.
Yes, thanks, man.